This is my memo for doing my 1 to 2 minutes presentation for the speech at the conference. So I will do about something like this. My name is Freja Enjoy and I am born circa 1954. I am 66 years. I am born in Sweden. I was already as 20 years old having a work as a manager at Swedish television. I have had the best working results, the best educations, and high standard results in everything I accomplished. During my lifetime, I have experienced abuse from everything around me. Everything. From my family, from people in society, and from society in the whole, as it is. The 3D matrix, the old paradigm. 2014. The biggest change came when I got in light codes, upgraded DNA, and I was awakening to my true purpose, my true mission on Earth. I have had experiences and met many celestials and UFOs and in my whole life, but the really high awakening came 2014, and then I was upgrading and I was remembering who I am, and my whole galactic memory came back. As I am also a spiritual medium since 1994, at 1999 I began to have transmissions and downloads from the Dolphin Collective consciousness, and they guided me to go to Hawaii. And in the case of me, I didn't know anything about Hawaii. I didn't even know it was American people's holiday paradise. I didn't know anything about Hawaii. I was just guided to go there. I had a very special experience. I met the oldest spirits on the most powerful island of Hawaii, that's Maui. And that experience was, of course, in the night time, and it was storm, and I was at a cliff at the ocean. And I met these spirits who was giving me a trial. After that trial, the woman in the harbor in Hana, that is the oldest place in Maui, and it is a small place who is just close to where George Harrison have his house in Maui. They took me in their arms, and they showed me a house that I could stay. I didn't have much money, and I thought I could never pay for this house. But it happened that the price was so very good they gave me, so I could live in that house. That was the beginning when I began to channel the dolphin yoga. And as I said, it was 2014 when I was really awakening myself. I call it really awakening because then I was beginning to understand that I was downloading transmissions from higher selves and higher dimensions and galactic sources. And I also understood that I had my own background from galactic sources. I'm only on Earth to help Earth to raise vibration and help the inhabitants on Earth. I also understood that all the abuse I've gone through all my life and all challenging things I've gone through and still go through is to understand what it is to be a human being and to know exactly how it feels myself. It's impossible to help people if you don't know exactly yourself what it is to experience to be a human being. The big turnabout was 2014 because I decided to say no thank you to the biggest abuser in my life. From that moment, my whole life changed. My biggest message to every human being is that you can challenge and go through everything and stay in the process. But there is one thing you should never stay with, and that is abuse. Never ever stay with abuse. No human being should stay in an abusive situation, ever. The abuse I've been through is the hardest ones in all levels. So of course I'm a shamanic practitioner. Of course I met satanistic beings of the worst case. And my best friend was a black female cat with eyes like the sun. She was the one who helped me through the hardest times of my life, because with her I could feel love all the time. She was the one who helped me to feel love, and that was what saved me. But these satanistic beings was terrorizing, and I don't know the word now. I don't vad säger du? Vad heter det på engelska? Att inte misshandla. Det är värre än misshandla. This was not one, it was a group of satanistic beings. And this was of course an occult organization. And the whole 3D matrix is full of occult, sick, satanistic organizations on Earth. And what they did was torture my biggest love in my life. And someone's coming. That was, I couldn't help her. I did everything I could do to help her. That was the worst torture I ever gone through, because she is still the biggest love of my life. She's not physical alive now, but she will always be my biggest love. What happened was a long process of torture, and after that, when she died, I tried to make suicide. It's not my first time in my life I tried to make suicide because of all abuse on me and torture. But the angels was with me, and my life shouldn't stop. That's why I survived, because the method I have chosen to take my life was waterproof, but I still survived again. And after that, I surrendered to what I hate, as I am a holistic healer, but I had to say yes to fucking medicine that was dulling my feelings, because I was depressed, the deepest depression you can come into. I was painting also, that made me survive. And this medicine made me go up 20 kilos. I have always had a model's body, best physics, like an elite. I had always result like an elite human being, sportsman, my body, very fit body, best health. I went up 20 kilos. My knees was hurted. The doctors said, this you can do nothing about. I said, yes, I accept. The knees you can do nothing about, your depression you can do nothing about. End story. But the thing is, I did heal myself. I stopped all heavy drugs they gave me at the hospital. I healed myself, and I healed my knees. It's a long story, but of course I have help from galactic sources to heal my body and to come back. Of course I have. I am in constant telepathic contact with galactic sources, beings. So what I do the impossible every single day. The Dolphin Yoga program, which I am the one who are the founder for, together with the Dolphin Collective Consciousness, is a reprogramming of the human mind. And this is much bigger than any computer. It's higher logic I'm working with. And I have the biggest resistance you can ever have, because I am not sitting in an ashram. I am not sitting in a safe place, in an office, surrounded by guardians and things like that. I'm right out at with the people on the street, in countries I haven't been before. That's tough. That's tough. And I have people who don't understand me one shit wherever I go. Yeah, I do the impossible every single day. That's what I do. That's why I'm gonna be stronger. That's why I'm gonna live until I'm 130 years. And I'm gonna help more and more people. Thank you.